Champions League. Schalke take a 1-1 aggregate score into their home game with Valencia, while seven-time European champions AC Milan need a win at Tottenham. The Serie A leaders trained in Italy on Tuesday ahead of their departure for London. Milan lost 1-0 at home against Spurs in a heated first leg. Coach Massimiliano Allegri will be without a number of key players, including Gennaro Gattuso, who is suspended. Well, Tottenham could be boosted by the return of a couple of key players. Midfield duo Rafael van der Vaart and Gareth Bale could play against Milan after recovering from injuries. Van der Vaart hasn't played since the first leg, while Bale is considered touch and go for the game, having returned as a substitute in the Premier League on Sunday. Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger and player Samir Nasri have been charged with improper conduct by European football governing body UEFA. It comes after both made comments to the referee after their team was knocked out of the Champions League by Barcelona on Wednesday. Wenger was particularly incensed when Robin van Persie was sent off for a second yellow card after 56 minutes. Barca won the match 3-1 with 2 goals from star Argentine forward Lionel Messi and another from captain Xavi. The home side running out 4-3 aggregate winners to move into the quarter-finals. Well, in the other game on Tuesday, Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk beat Roma 3-0 to progress to the quarter-finals for the first time. Already leading 3-2 from the first leg in Rome, a brace from Brazilian midfielder Willian extended that lead. Croatian Eduardo sealed the win with a third 3 minutes from time for a 6-2 aggregate win. Now, a rather unusual friendly football match has taken place in Chechnya, pitting bureaucrats against players. Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov led his team against some of Brazil's top stars in an effort to improve both his and Chechnya's image. Neve Barker was there to watch all the action.
It could be one of the strangest matches of the century. Football stars Cafu, Kaká, Ronaldo and other players from Brazil's World Cup winning side versus a team hand-picked and even captained by Chechnya's flamboyant leader.
I want our fans to enjoy themselves. Football is developing fast in Russia. We'll be hosting the World Cup soon that we have to win. That's why we want to make it popular.
Also playing, former Netherlands star Ruud Gullit, the new manager of local team Terek Grozny, hired by Kadyrov for an undisclosed sum. The pitch is ringed by heavily armed security, and the city of Grozny is on lockdown, even without visiting foreign football stars. This is a Russian Republic permanently at risk of violent attack. Perhaps no other part of Chechnya is resonant of that violence than this stadium, where back in 2004, Ramzan Kadyrov's father, Akhmet Kadyrov, the first Kremlin-backed leader of Chechnya, was assassinated just in that stand behind me. If the Brazilians had any reservations or preconceptions about playing in Chechnya, they weren't showing them. The match an apparent gesture of goodwill.
We want to thank the country and the people because it's been fantastic. There was a war here several years ago, but a lot of progress has been made.
After 2 wars, the Chechen capital Grozny is now largely rebuilt. With Kremlin support, Kadyrov's credited with bringing security to the region. But he's also accused of running a totalitarian regime, propped up by a feared personal militia that some say fuels the cycle of violence. In return for keeping the separatists at bay, analysts say the Kremlin turns a blind eye to Kadyrov's rule. Contrary to the Russian constitution, here women are compelled to wear headscarves and polygamy is permitted. But the region's desperate to shake off its war-torn image. The final score, a comfortable win for Brazil. For many Chechens, this game is a taste of life usually enjoyed elsewhere. Nobody knows how long the tense stability in Chechnya will last, or how many will suffer for the sake of security. Neve Barker, AlJazeera, Grozny.
And that is all the sport for now, Shuli.
That's not your usual sports story, is it?
No, exactly.
Thanks, Joe. And in an hour's time, the world's most well-travelled spacecraft will wrap up its 27-year career. The Space Shuttle Discovery is scheduled to return to Earth and land in Florida, ending its long career. It'll then be retired. The final 39th mission saw its crew deliver and install a new storage room at the International Space Station. Bye-bye, Discovery. Bye-bye from me for now, but my colleague Lauren Taylor will be here at the top of the hour to guide you through the latest developments in Libya. Stay with us.
Welcome back to International Weather Forecast. Well, across the Indian subcontinent, not a lot to talk about in the way of clouds or rain. What we are seeing, though, are those high temperatures coming into play as we go from Thursday as well as into the weekend. We are looking at Nagpur, about 38 degrees, Kolkata, about 35 degrees for them. Chennai is also 37, so we are getting into those mid-30s. This is right before monsoon season begins in just the next couple months. So dry conditions, but very warm conditions indeed. As we take our way down to south parts of Africa, well, we are looking at an area of low pressure in the Mozambique Channel. Now, this one right here could potentially be a cyclone. We don't expect it to be anything major, but the major heavy rain is going to be coming out of this, affecting parts of Mozambique as well as Madagascar. So we're going to be seeing some flooding along with this area of low pressure. Also, some nice conditions down to the south. Temperatures have come up for Johannesburg, about 31 degrees, and Durban looking about 30. Well, across the Arabian Peninsula, temperatures are also coming up. We are looking at Doha, seeing temperatures of about 30 degrees, but just look up towards the north. You see this area of rain right here. This could possibly be affecting Doha as we get into the weekend. Maybe a little light showers there, but also some heavier showers up here towards Kuwait, as well as into parts of Iran. Over here towards Abu Dhabi, about 32, Muscat, 29.
The army has to prove they have no intentions of hijacking power and of keeping any remnants of the old regime.
From people making the news.
The earthquake happened over a year ago. Now you want to come back and help your fellow Haitians?
To those it affects.
If Washington doesn't begin to help stabilize the government, it will create a backlash.
Behind the headlines.
Neither the United States nor China can hurt the other without hurting itself.
Is the inside story. At this time on Al Jazeera.
If you're a Nokia user, you can download Al Jazeera's News widget from Nokia's Ovis store. The News widget, available on compatible Nokia devices, gives users quick and easy access to real-time news updates from Al Jazeera English. See the world in real time. Al Jazeera Mobile.
Pounding the rebel-held Ras Lanouf, Libya's Muammar Gaddafi launches airstrikes on the strategic oil port town. I'm Lauren Taylor. You're watching Al Jazeera live from Doha. Also on the programme. One anti-government protester is killed as the Yemeni army storms a university campus. Success for protesters in Tunisia. The party of deposed President Ben Ali is dissolved. And saying goodbye to a space veteran. The shuttle Discovery is due to re-enter Earth's atmosphere for the very last time.